Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of CapTV. My name is Abigail, and tonight we got another fun show for you tonight. Tonight's show is movie themed. We'll be getting an interview with the Vice President of Film Club, taking Oscar nominations, and getting some thoughts on other current releases. Let's start by turning it over to CapTV team member Adam, and he gives us his quick review, something that he saw over break.
Hello, today I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about a movie on Tubi called Jurassic Reborn. Now, I'm just going to say right off, I enjoy Tubi slop just because I find something highly entertaining about just flipping through the stuff on there and having a group with me and just laughing at what's going on. But I will say one thing in particular that kind of puts this one over some of the other stuff I've seen on there is that this movie had some pretty alright set design. It was actually kind of well lit too, which isn't something I can really say for a bunch of the other stuff where it's just on really bad green screen. But unfortunately, everything else about this movie does fall into the same issues that are plaguing Tubi slop, such as like bad acting, bad dialogue, boring cinematography. The sound was kind of weird too. Like you could tell like when what was being heard is like on set versus ADR. Also, there's the way the dinosaurs look also is just really like it's basically if they're in like a well lit environment, like really bright, it looks absolutely horrendous. But in other more darker instances, they actually kind of looked semi-okay, which was just kind of weird. But this movie is also just slow. Like, this movie's an hour 25, and it is the same wash, rinse, repeat cycle of just walk slowly down a hall hunting the dinosaur, get attacked by the dinosaur, escape and regroup, and then it's just the same thing over and over again for an hour 25. It's just, while this thing has good things I can say that I can't say for other Tubi movies, this is still something that I would not watch really, even with friends, honestly, just because of how boring it is. All right, back to the studio. Thanks for listening.
Welcome back. I'm here with Cass Rayhart, the Vice President of Film Club here on campus. Thanks so much for coming back on the show.
Of course. Good to be here.
Thank you for coming. How long have you been Vice President of the Film Club?
It's hard to believe, but I started it back in my first semester of my junior year, and it's already the second semester of senior year, so it's been about 2 full years.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
I love it, yeah.
Okay. When and where does the Film Club meet at?
So pretty much we meet either Tuesdays or Thursdays at 7 p.m. in 121 of the CMC, although we've bounced around over a lot of classrooms over the past 2 years because we're kind of trying to find a place where people can find us, because for a long time we were in the basement of Ruff and absolutely no one could find us. So now we're getting more discovered, which has been really good.
That's good. Outside of watching movies, what else goes on during a meeting?
Well, mostly we talk, and we also always have free pizza, so there's a lot of eating and talking, and we also have a Letterboxd account, so at the end of every movie, we tend to log it, and we sort of vote on like what we think that it should be rated, and whatever number gets the most votes ends up being the Letterboxd review.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are these like long discussions when you guys are watching the movie?
Pretty short discussions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the last movie you guys seen?
Last month we did the Black Power mixtape, 1967 through 1975. And so that's a documentary, and it's kind of a bunch of archival footage that was put together by Swedish filmmakers of like the Black Power movement of the 1960s. So it was really interesting.
Was it a long documentary?
It's about 90 minutes, pretty short.
Okay. Do you have any favorite moments from the time you've been in the club?
My favorite moments are always when we do comedies, because I feel like comedies always play so beautifully when you have a whole room full of people laughing. So we've done a couple Wes Anderson movies, and his are always really funny to me.
Yeah.
So recently we did The Phoenician Scheme. We did that as our kickoff movie last semester, and that played really well. We did Little Shop of Horrors, which is like a musical comedy horror, and that was so much fun with the group. So definitely comedies.
Have you guys seen any Adam Sandler movies?
No, we've never done Adam Sandler.
I think you guys should do that.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Is there any like genres that you guys like particularly go for? Or like, how do you choose your movies?
We kind of try to base the genre on time of year. So like for Halloween, we'll do horror movies. We sometimes do like a Valentine's Day movie, so like a rom-com. So we really try to be seasonal, and then we kind of do a mix of like stuff that the executive board wants to see, and then we always try to take suggestions from people who come to the club, because you know a club's no fun if you're just
Yeah.
watching stuff that you don't want to see.
Yeah.
So
So you guys do like the votes, like when everyone's there, or is it like on your
we do
social
a poll
media
on
posts?
Instagram usually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you have any favorite actors or actresses?
So many. So a caveat for anyone who's watching, this is not an exhaustive list. I'd say for actresses, I love Julie Christie, I love Diane Keaton, Jane Fonda. Actors probably Dustin Hoffman, Warren Beatty, Gene Hackman. I love a lot of the like 60s and 70s guys
Okay.
because I feel like that was a time when actors were really like the forefront and it was less spectacle driven. And so those are a lot of the people that I tend to resonate with.
Okay, you said 60s and 70s?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know not one person you said. So that's why I was
That's okay.
like, who is you talking about? Okay, so do you have a favorite movie that you like to watch?
One favorite movie.
Yeah.
How about McCabe and Mrs. Miller then? That is a Western from the 1970s. Maybe you've heard of Robert Altman, the director, and it's kind of like a shaggy neo-Western. Julie Christie and Warren Beatty, who are aforementioned, are the stars of it. And the songs are all by Leonard Cohen, who I'm also a huge fan of. So, great movie.
What is your favorite movie from like the last 5 years?
Ooh, that's a good question. I love Yorgos Lanthimos, so maybe Poor Things, his movie from a couple years ago. I really, really loved that movie.
Okay. What are some of your personal favorite movies like you would tell someone to watch? Like, this is a good movie to watch.
That's a good question. Like, best recommendations?
Yeah.
See, recommendations for me are hard because I feel like a lot of the stuff that I like, I don't necessarily know that everyone would like. I feel like Fargo's always a good recommendation. I feel like people
What
always
kind of
love
movie is
Fargo.
that?
That's like a thriller. It's directed by the
okay.
Coen brothers. It's from the 90s with Frances McDormand. It's kind of like a comedy thriller hybrid thing. And that's a big crowd pleaser. I feel like When Harry Met Sally's always good for a crowd. Yeah.
Is that a rom-com?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, I've heard
I feel
of
like
that one.
rom-coms are always fun with
Yeah.
a big group of people too.
I haven't watched
Yeah.
that one yet, but me and my sisters.
Oh,
it's like
and
on
I
our
made
list.
all my roommates watch Speed because I love Speed.
What
And
movie
they
is
loved
that?
Speed. So Speed is like a thriller with Keanu Reeves, Sandra Bullock, Dennis Hopper, and they're on a bus, and the bus has to go a certain speed or else it's going to explode.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's awesome.
Interesting. Since you said like thriller or like horror movies, have you seen Sinners?
I have. I love Sinners.
Did you like it?
Yes, yes.
Cool. Hold on a sec. What is your favorite moment that the club has done so far, like an event?
I'd say, we did one that was really fun. We screened the live-action Scooby-Doo movie outside. We got, like, one of those big projectors that you can do outside, and we got a popcorn machine, and we had, like, a raffle. And so that was a really cool event to do.
Which Scooby-Doo? Was it the first one?
It was
or
the first
second
one, yeah.
Okay.
I like the second one better, but, you know.
I think I like the first one better. So would you recommend people to watch Disney Channel movies or original movies or Nickelodeon original movies?
I was definitely a Disney Channel original movie kid.
Do you have a favorite one?
Princess Protection Program.
Yes, guys. I love that one.
I remember watching that as it premiered.
Yeah, me too. What started like your passion for like movies?
I think I really have to credit my parents for that one. So when I was 11 or 12, I told my mom I wanted to start watching horror movies, and she sat me down and we watched Rosemary's Baby. And I'd never seen anything like Rosemary's Baby before, and it made me feel things like so deeply. I was so horrified, and that kind of started my love of horror. So with her, I watched stuff like The Shining, we watched Alien, we watched the original Halloween.
Okay.
So all sorts of like those big classic horror movies. And then with my dad, both of us would stay up late after my stepmom and my sister went to bed, and we would watch all sorts of like classic international films. So we watched Suspiria, which is like a great classic Italian horror movie. We watched a lot of classic Japanese cinema, like Harakiri, Seven Samurai, stuff like that.
Okay.
And so that kind of taught me that like the world of cinema is huge, and that also I am kind of a big horror fan.
Yeah.
So all of that kind of expanded for me, and then, you know, you start discovering stuff on your own.
That's cool. Well, growing up, I wasn't allowed to watch horror movies.
That's so
But, like,
sad.
I was allowed to watch Scooby-Doo sometimes. Sometimes my mom would be like,
Hey, that's
"Scooby-Doo
gateway
now."
horror.
Yeah. Was it like a hard decision for you to choose film, or was it like easy?
It was pretty
like,
easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what you want to do after?
I'm actually planning on going to grad school after this for film studies, and I've gotten a couple acceptances so far. So after I graduate, we'll see where I'll be heading. But
That's cool.
yeah.
So do you think you'll be making movies or like TV shows?
Probably more studying them, like the history and analysis is stuff I'm really interested in, possibly becoming a professor, something like that.
Okay. Well, that's all the questions we have for you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for
We're
having
happy that you
me.
came back.
Yeah.
And we'll be returning after a quick break, and hold on to your seats.
My name is Nash.
I'm a mini lop rabbit.
Some of my favorite activities include general mischief, knocking things over, and being a ladies' man. Aside from all that though, I also happen to be an emotional support animal. It's a pretty easy gig. All I do is be my normal, adorable self, and it makes her college life so much easier. If you want an emotional support animal like me and you go to Capitol, contact Accessibility Services today and they can point you in the right direction. This has been an ESA PSA.
You think this is funny? Yeah.
1 in 4 Americans are lactose intolerant.
Listen, I don't care that you're lactose intolerant, just tolerate it. What does that even mean?
1 in 3 Americans are gullible enough to believe misinformation that they hear in a PSA.
Just look at the numbers. This isn't even a graph, it's a picture of a monkey. And?
Don't be a monkey. Check your facts.
My name is John Dooley, and this is A Touch of Beauty Salon, Barber, and Spa. We're located at 844 East Main Street between 17th and 18th Street, and we've been here for over a year. Just as our name suggests, we provide a full range of services for salon, barber, and spa. Our hairstylists offer the very best in relaxers, perms, hair additions, haircuts, updos, and styling packages for events. Our barbers provide razor cuts and full-service haircuts. And our salon provides a premier assortment of services in professional manicures, pedicures, facials, waxing, and body wraps. We're open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6, and Sundays by appointment. We love walk-ins and we offer specials daily. You can visit us at atouchofbeautyhair.com.
Welcome back. Before we get into the Oscars discussion, we're going to kick it over to another member of the CapTV team, Eli, as he's going to tell us about 5 of his favorite movies.
Hello, CapTV. My name is Eli, and these are my top 5 favorite movies of all time.
In case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Starting with number 5, we have a Goofy movie in 1995. I think this movie is very underrated compared to other animated films from the same time period. While it's obviously a fun, goofy Disney movie, it also has a really good emotional beat about the relationship between a parent and their kid. The emotional core makes the story surprisingly relatable. Another big highlight is the music, which is extremely catchy and memorable, especially with the songs performed by Powerline. On top of that, the movie is beautifully animated with colorful visuals and expressive characters. It balances humor, heart, and music. It's a movie that people often appreciate even more when they revisit it later in their life. For number 4, we have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. One of the reasons I like this movie very much is that it's really funny, which is something the Guardians series is really known for. The humor helps balance out some of the darker and emotional parts of the story. The movie also has a great villain who is memorable and genuinely threatening to the characters. What really makes the film work, though, is that it's a well-rounded story. It focuses on the entire team and gives several characters meaningful moments while also concluding the trilogy in a satisfying way. Overall, it mixes humor, action, and emotion really well.
I'm done running.
For number 3, we have A Beautiful Mind. A Beautiful Mind is a very stunning movie to watch because of the emotional storytelling and the way the film is presented. The movie tells the life of the story of a mathematician, John Nash, following his brilliant career as well as the personal struggles he experienced. One thing that makes the movie stand out is how engaging it makes a real historical story. It shows both the triumphs and difficulties of Nash's life in a way that's compelling and easy to follow. It's also known for being very accurate in how it portrays his achievements and challenges. Because of its emotional depth and inspiring story, it's a movie that leaves a strong impression within the audience.
Marcy can't be real. She never gets old.
For my number 2, a very strange one, The Truman Show.
Early bird gathers no moss. Rolling stone catches the worm, right?
I feel like this film is one of the best films in Jim Carrey's well-respected run. What really makes this movie stand out is how well written the story is. The concept of a man unknowingly living inside a television show is really creative, but the film takes the idea seriously and explores themes like free will and privacy. There are also several tense moments where Truman starts realizing something isn't right with his world, and you feel the suspense build as he gets closer and closer to the truth. It's a unique movie that mixes humor, drama, and suspense very well as it combines with the funny and very serious contrast with Jim Carrey.
In case I don't see ya. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
And for my number 1, we have Silence of the Lambs. This movie is my favorite film of all time. What makes this movie so great is how intimidating it feels throughout the entire story. The atmosphere sense, especially when Hannibal Lecter's on screen for the first time, because you never really feel comfortable when he's talking. And I think that's a good thing because it really shows how intimidating a person could be in a horror film without, really killing anyone. Another thing I really like about the movie is that it has a fantastic woman protagonist in Clarice Starling. She's intelligent, determined, and holds her own situations that would overwhelm most people. The film also includes a lot of symbolism, especially in relation to the title and the idea of confronting trauma and fear, and a lot of representation. Because of the strong performance, psychological tension, and deeper meaning behind the story, it's one of the most memorable thrillers and one of the most memorable films of all time. Fun fact, this film actually is the only horror film to win Best Picture in the Oscars.
God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Welcome back. I'm back with Cass of Capital University's Film Club. We're now going to be talking a bit more about the Oscar nominations that's coming up this weekend, and we're going to start with the Best Picture nominees. So what do you think about the Best Picture nominees so far?
I actually think this is one of the best races we've had in a really long time. I actually really like most of the movies, and usually I only like half of them.
Okay.
So yeah, it's pretty exciting. Obviously, Sinners is huge, and they actually broke the record for most nominations ever with 16, which was really cool.
I saw that on TikTok.
Yeah. So I'd say my 2 favorites are Sinners and Hamnet, but I also really loved One Battle After Another. I really loved Begonia.
Okay.
So those are probably my top 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Secret Agent is so good.
What's Secret Agent? So I'm not going to lie, I've only seen one out of all of these. Have you seen all of the nominees?
I've seen 9. The only one I haven't seen is F1 because I don't care for cars and I don't care for Brad Pitt, but I will see it.
Okay.
I'll see it in the next couple days.
So Cars, have you seen Cars from Disney? Do you like that at least?
I like Paul Newman, and it's his final film.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. So Begonia, you said?
Yes.
What do you think about that movie?
So that's actually the newest Yorgos Lanthimos movie, and he came up earlier in the conversation. He's the director of Poor Things, among other things. And it's actually a remake of a Korean horror movie called Save the Green Planet. And it's a really great two-hander between Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons. It's really disturbing, very intense. So that one's awesome.
Okay. What about Frankenstein? Is it based off the book? Because I'm pretty sure it's a book. Okay.
Okay, so this hurts me to say because I really love Guillermo del Toro. Pan's Labyrinth is one of my favorite movies of all time. But man, he directed this one. I did not like it.
Oh.
It felt to me like a very shallow and overly sentimental kind of reading of the book. I don't know if you've read the book, but it kind of sands down a lot of its rougher edges. And he said this in interviews that he wanted to make it about fathers and sons. And I don't find that like a super compelling Frankenstein story, but hey.
So
each
what
their
kind of
own.
direction would you have gone if you were the director?
Well, actually, not to bring everything back to Poor Things, but that's kind of a riff on the Frankenstein story that I think is really interesting because it centers like a female character. And actually, Maggie Gyllenhaal just tried to do something similar with The Bride, which just came out this past week, which I saw and I also don't think is super successful. So I don't know. I feel like perhaps the best Frankenstein adaptations are the ones from the 30s, and maybe we should just leave it for now.
I see. Okay, Hamnet. I'm pretty sure it's something about William Shakespeare.
Yes, so it's about William Shakespeare and his wife, and they have a couple of children, and one of their children dies. And in order to process the grief, Shakespeare writes Hamlet based on it. Notice the similar name there. And then it's really about the story of his wife and her processing her grief and sort of art processing grief. So it's really beautiful. Never cried more in my life. So yeah, really love that one.
So is Hamnet the name of one of their children?
Hamlet's the name of the son who dies. Yes.
That's sad. Well, I don't think I would watch it, honestly. I'm not a big William Shakespeare fan.
What? What do you mean?
Well, they made us read, what's that thing? Oh, Romeo and Juliet. I didn't like it.
Okay, this is going to sound snobbish, but I think Shakespeare's really meant to be seen performed, and it never really plays as well on the page, even though he was a beautiful writer. Like, go see a performance, or even go watch a movie.
Well,
there are lots of amazing Shakespeare movies.
I mean, and it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's just the whole tragedy thing. You know, he does that a lot. It's not for me.
He has some comedies.
Yeah.
Check out the comedies.
Oh, wait. I think he did have a comedy that wasn't bad. It was something like Midsummer's Dream or something.
Midsummer Night's Dream.
Okay,
yes.
that one wasn't bad. But, you know, it's okay. What about, Marty Supreme? Isn't it Timothée Chalamet?
It is Timothée Chalamet, who, okay, I think this is a good time to break into the Best Actor conversation, because for most of this race, Timothée Chalamet has been the front runner, but then Michael B. Jordan just won the SAG Award, which is very exciting.
Yeah.
And also, Timothée Chalamet made comments about opera and ballet. Have you seen this controversy?
No, I didn't.
He said that they were like worthless art forms that people shouldn't engage with, and everyone is really, really mad at him. And so I'm not sure that he's still going to win it. And I think, is this a good time for me to propose my solution of how we fix the Best Actor race?
Of course.
Okay, so we have to go back to last year. Adrian Brody wins for The Brutalist. He already had an Oscar. I think he's talented. I don't think he needs 2 Oscars. And I say this as a biased Bob Dylan fan, but I'm trying to take my bias out of this. Timothée Chalamet should have won that year. And then this year, he would not be so obnoxious, because I think he's being really obnoxious because he really wants the Oscar.
Okay.
So if he's quieter, Michael B. Jordan sweeps everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Because then it's his time, because he's had his time. He doesn't need 2 Oscars 2 years in a row.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I fixed it. This is why they should let me choose all Oscars.
Well, I think in the future, I don't know how they do the board thing, but you should definitely sign up and get the job. So
Yeah.
it'll be fair for everyone. So One Battle After Another. I never heard it or seen it.
It's a great movie. You might be, well, maybe not. The director is Paul Thomas Anderson, who did lots of huge movies. So he did stuff like Magnolia, Boogie Nights, There Will Be Blood. So he's kind of been overdue for a long time for Oscar recognition. He's had a ton of nominations, but he's never won. So this is kind of his crowning year, probably. He's almost certainly going to win at least something. And so it's a story about Leonardo DiCaprio and Tiana Taylor, and they play these revolutionaries who have a daughter. But then Tiana Taylor leaves Leonardo DiCaprio, and basically he's raising their daughter. But then it's an intense plot. It's hard to describe. But their daughter gets kidnapped, and she kind of has to find her own way within the revolution, and then Leonardo DiCaprio kind of has to reawaken himself because he's kind of gone dormant after Tiana Taylor left. So it's a great movie.
This set in
It's okay. So that's kind of the interesting thing, is that it's set in this ambiguous future present kind of space where we don't actually know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Benicio del Toro, also I have to shout him out, is so amazing in that movie.
What part does he play?
So he plays the leader of an immigrant resistance movement, and so he helps immigrants hide from basically people who are trying to remove them from the country.
Yes,
so
love
yes,
that.
absolutely.
Yes. Okay. So there's The Secret Agent. Is that an action movie?
More of a thriller, I'd say. It's really great. So there's been a really amazing movement of Brazilian cinema getting like broader recognition at the Oscars. We saw that last year with I'm Still Here, and we see it again this year with The Secret Agent. And so it's about this guy who he's living in Brazil in the 1970s, and basically the government puts a target on him because of his like leftist beliefs. And so it's about him trying to sort of run from them, and he sort of assumes this different identity. And it's just about like the political intrigue of that. There's also lots of interesting parallels to Jaws in it. So if you're a fan of Jaws.
Jaws, like Steven Spielberg? Is he the director?
No, it's a Brazilian movie.
Oh, right, you said that. Okay, Train Dreams.
Train Dreams I like. It's very slow, it's very beautiful. It's set in sort of the turn of the century, and then it travels through a lot of decades. And basically it's about a guy who's a logger who falls in love with a woman, and they have a daughter, and he's sort of pulled away from his family constantly because he has to go on these logging logging jobs. And it's about sort of him grappling with like loneliness because he experiences a lot of loss in his life and sort of time and memory. If you're a fan of like sort of slow cinema, like Terrence Malick's stuff, like I think you'd probably like this one a lot. For me, I don't know, I couldn't fully get on its emotional wavelength.
I see. So what's logging?
Oh, so basically he chops down trees for a living.
Oh, okay. Sinners. What do you think about that movie?
I love Sinners. I think Sinners should win Best Picture. To me, I've not seen people so excited about an original movie, like possibly in my whole life. Just the way that people were galvanized around it, I thought was so cool. And it really represents, I think, the power that cinema still has in the culture. Like the fact that this original movie really broke through.
Yeah. It's a Ryan Coogler movie,
It
right?
is.
Yeah, and he's really good.
He's amazing.
So what did you think about the plot of the movie?
I think it's super fascinating the way that it's sort of, we had, for viewers, we talked about all of this stuff in a myth class, but the way that it sort of weaves in mythology and history into the plot, and like its use of vampires, and its discussions obviously of racism and colonialism, I think is all really fascinating stuff. And the music is so great in it too.
The music is good.
Yeah.
What's it called? The young actor, the one that played Sammy.
Miles Catton.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's really talented.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
He needs to be in everything.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy he's getting recognition for that.
And I was so excited for Delroy Lindo to get Best Supporting Actor nominated.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's been snubbed a lot in the past, so it was really cool.
Yeah, that's why you should definitely be on board, so, you know, people could win.
It's true.
Yeah. I would probably say, though, I mean, a lot of people liked it and stuff, but, you know, I thought it was all right. I'm not going to lie. Like, I thought it was, like, really deep and everything, but I'm not a big fan of vampires, you know. I think werewolves are better, so.
What?
Maybe if they did that.
Vampires over werewolves every time. Not even a competition.
So, like, out of all of these, which one was your favorite that you've watched?
It's a toss-up for me between Hamnet and Sinners.
Okay.
Those are my favorites.
So, basically, that Hamnet is the William Shakespeare one. And Sinners. Okay, so William Shakespeare or Ryan Coogler?
I mean, that's a wild question.
Well, that's the only thing I can think of.
It was directed by Chloe Zhao, so it would be Chloe Zhao or Ryan Coogler.
Okay. Right.
Because obviously Shakespeare's impact on the culture is kind of, you know, like no one else has really ever had that same degree. But for me, I think Ryan Coogler, because Chloe Zhao, I don't know, I feel like if someone already has won Oscar, it's harder for me to want them to win again. Like, that's just a personal thing, and since she already has one, I feel like...
Ryan Coogler hasn't won one? Okay, then he should definitely win then.
Yeah, I agree.
So, what about, like, Best Actor or Actress? Do you have anyone in mind that you personally want to win?
It's an interesting question. It's an interesting year for Best Actress because Jessie Buckley has won absolutely everything, and she's the lead of Hamnet, so obviously, you know, I support her. It would be really, really shocking if someone else won, but I guess that could, well, no, I want her to win. It would be interesting if someone else did.
Yeah.
And then as far as Best Actor, I think Michael B. Jordan for Sinners, because of what he does, like, in portraying two different characters in the movie. He really creates unique characters, and I think that's really cool.
Are you sure you wouldn't get mad if Timothée Chalamet won?
I wouldn't be mad, because I do think he's a good actor, but I think that he's really revealing himself to be kind of an obnoxious guy.
I see.
So,
I see. Wow.
But his performance is great, so, you know.
Yeah, you know, it usually is. That is all that we have for today. Thank you again for the Film Club for joining us. It was nice talking to you.
Thanks again for having me.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.